Hey y'all,
Welcome.
Swafford Homestead.
This would be a porch sitting, but
It's cold.
it's in the 30s outside.
I
Barely
ain't
above
sitting on a
freezing.
porch in the 30-degree weather.
We're going to sit
Freezing
inside. We ain't done one of these in quite a while. Just
Little
whatever
bit.
comes to mind, I guess.
Yep.
It's rained all week, for one thing, so
Out of school for flooding.
can't get out and really do anything in the yard. Making videos is kind of hard, so
You sink.
we've made.
How many
One
inches
hand.
of rain have we had the last couple of days?
I was thinking it around 10, 11 inches.
It was a lot. I didn't think it was ever going to quit raining. And here, when it rains, the rivers flood, roads flood. So I've had him home for a couple of days because you can't get the buses through to the houses to pick up the youngins to go to school.
The part of Tennessee we live in, we've got some good-sized hills, and all the water has to run off somewhere. And the people at the bottom of the hills and in the valleys, in the hollers, is the ones that suffer.
Well, the creeks look like rivers and the rivers look like oceans.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it goes. We have a couple of rivers that run through our county, and they
It didn't rain
they flood.
all week long. It rained like, in one day it rained 3 inches. Then it quit for a few hours. Then the next day it rained 2 or 3 more inches, and it would quit for
Got nearly 4
half a
inches
day.
one
maybe.
day.
Got nearly 4 inches one day.
It is. Wow.
So the rivers are way out of their banks.
Yeah, a
Now we're
little
up
bit.
high. Compared to some, we're up high. We have never been flooded.
If we get flooded, all of Perry County will be under.
We get flooded, half the town will be under without them. Now these people is a lot higher than we are, but
Now I grew up on the banks of the river. It is not as deep as it was in '92.
No.
Or is that 90? Yeah, 92 or 93, something like that.
2010 it didn't.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. The
Yeah.
100-year floods, what they called them.
Oh man, they was like flooding bridges and it almost shut down the whole county because the water would go over it. But you can't do anything outside when you step. We went to Walmart yesterday. The monthly Walmart trip. But we was getting low on some of our supplies. You know, we're trying to keep stuff here at the house so we don't have to go to Walmart. And
We put a few things back.
we a few things. I didn't think we was ever getting out. I don't have a clue where I was going with that thought.
I don't know.
Because I just went,
You'll circle around and come back to it.
I don't know. I was proud of myself though. Even though,
You made it.
you know, I did a video, trying to make the point that, I have this condition, FND. It's a challenge. Staying in thought process is hard. Going to stores like Walmart is really hard. And yesterday,
It was an ordeal.
you
did
know,
well. Don't get me wrong. She did well, but
ugh.
you could tell that it was very hard on her.
The therapist, I have cognitive behavioral therapy is the only treatment for this, and I told my therapist last week that I was tired of sitting on the couch watching
Your life go
my
by.
life go by. That's the reason why I appear so much taller than Brett in this video, is because he's sitting where I normally sit, and apparently I have wore that cushion out so much this last year sitting
I'm in
on
the
it
hole.
that he's in the hole, and I'm in a portion of the couch that never gets sit on. And so I'm up higher. This cushion is nice and firm. But I had trouble. I shook.
Jerked and twisted.
Jerked and twisted and looked really weird. But I got over caring what other people thought. I don't even know who the video was and don't even think I could find it again. But I come across a video of a woman who had FND, and she said that she did not let the jerking and stuff stop her from having friends over, even though she knew having friends over would cause her to have issues. She wasn't going to stop it, and she said, well, "You've just got to continue living." And I told Brett, I was like, I quit living. I quit living because I quit doing a lot of stuff because of it, and he got nervous. He thought I'd fall a few times, and I almost did once. But we made it, and that was the longest I think we've been in Walmart in months.
Spent way too much money. That thing's high though.
Yeah, it is.
People was complaining last night. I was on a live stream, and they said stores was out of certain things, and someone was getting kind of bare. That store was full.
Mhm.
That Walmart over in the next county over is loaded with stuff, but you're gonna pay for it.
You got that right.
I like to die when I found out what the cost was for that one buggy load, but
It actually was probably a good, I'd say at least a good $60 or $70 more than it would have been like this time last year. Because we've done that before and it was not near that high. So yeah, I mean the cost of everything is going up, and I know I completely changed my hair. Brad hates my hair. It's funny. He come home. What day was it?
Your hair's shorter than mine now.
Yes, we got to cut yours.
Yeah, I know. I need a little trim.
No, you need a buzz.
Uh-huh.
You need a buzz.
That's trimming to me.
Oh, it's trimming to you.
At the old barber shop, we had a barber shop. It was open 2 days a week in our town when I was a kid. They had 2 haircuts for the men. You sat down in the chair, you either got a haircut or you got it cut off. It was a buzz cut. It was either 1/2 inch long or no hair. He would shave your head. He didn't have any other cuts.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time I was sitting there, I was thinking, I hope he never puts me in the chair because I don't want my head bald like that now. Because he'd peel every bit of the hair off your head if you didn't tell him to just trim.
Ah.
I mean, he didn't. Scissors was not an important thing to him. He had a razor. And he had the electric trimmers.
Oh.
And he used a straight razor. That's the other part that scared me.
Ooh.
He'd sharpen that straight razor, and when he took a lick off the top of your head, it was like quick. He'd shave your head and seemed like in 30 seconds. The whole time I was crawling under the seat thinking, I hope he don't make a mislead.
It was funny.
It was old.
I don't know what day was it.
I would laugh now, but it was, as a kid, it scared me.
Oh, I'm sure.
That old man would pull that razor out and flip a couple of times, and the hair would be gone. I was thinking, if you drop down just a little bit more, the whole head would be gone the way you was pulling that razor.
Guess it was Sunday.
I was rebellious. I had long hair.
Yes, you did.
School.
Yes, you did. I loved it. And now he cuts it all off, which we gotta do. I guess it was Sunday you helped me cut my hair. Cut it down to like a 1 inch, all over. And then, what day did you come home that I cut the rest of it? Tuesday? Wednesday?
Somewhere.
You was out of school Monday because of President's Day. So it had to have been Tuesday or Wednesday one. I got so tired because I would get up, even though it was only 1 inch long, it would stick out on the side and it drove me crazy. And I was like, okay, if it's not long enough, so I went and got the razor and went, yeah, and I said, now stick out. And Brett comes in and goes, you cut it again. I'm like, yes, but I did leave some on top, so it doesn't look so bad. And then I said, but it actually needs touching up, so would you touch it up? Because I can't see the back of my head. And he touched it up, and he just keeps looking at me going, okay. I think he's hoping this is a phase, because I used to have like really long hair, and he loved my really long hair. He's never liked me with short hair. And now I'm like, I'm loving this. I don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't stick out. I don't mind it sticking up. I just don't want it to stick out. And he's like, okay.
What is it? Romans, it talks about a woman having long hair for a covering.
Yeah, well, I'll just wear a hat.
I think so. You're going to have something more.
I just... and I can't explain it, and I don't know why. I've always loved my long hair. I've always loved having long hair. But I got it trimmed up and shorter. But here recently, I've fought the urge just to take the razor and do that straight blade, make it flat. I can't explain why I feel that way. I just do. Bless his heart. His hair's longer than mine. Not until I'm going to cut yours off.
We're going to fix it because I'm tired of long hair.
You'll be shorter than mine now. Oh no, that's short because I used to have
It's shorter because I'm going to use 3/8.
I have. That's what my sides are, 3/8.
Mm-hmm. That's
the
what
top is just going.
that's what my cutter does best at. So
Yeah. Well, we got those new trimmers yesterday.
yeah, we did, didn't we?
The old trimmers kind of died. But I told him, I said, hey, think of all the money we're going to save that not going to the beauty shop. I can cut his hair, you can cut my hair, we're good. And all the money we save on shampoo, that bottle of shampoo I just opened, it'll last months because it's less than a pea-sized amount of.
The last time I went to a beauty shop or any place like that to get your hair cut, I was what, early 20s? When you started cutting my hair?
I've been cutting your hair, baby, since we've been together.
Oh, Samantha was little, so. And she's a grown woman married with a child, so.
I thought I've pretty much cut your hair since we've been together.
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Since we had the money to buy the trimmers.
The last time I remember going to get a haircut, what was it? She charged $2 or $3. The last time I went and got a haircut.
Well, now you can't compare that to normals because Miss Ernestine didn't charge hardly anything for her haircuts. Because I went to her for a while because, where else could you get a $5 haircut?
It was all the information she got out of you while you were sitting there.
Oh, my God.
She loved to talk.
She knew your life story before you got out of that chair. Okay, and she could tell you all about everybody else's too. If you had a problem though, it's a good therapy session.
Yeah.
Go to Miss Ernstine's. You get it fixed. You got it fixed. She help you out one way or the other.
I just remember going there because teenager I had long hair.
Yes, you did. I like that.
Nobody in the family would like me to have long hair, so yeah, I had hair down to my shoulders. And every time I sat in Miss Ernestine's chair, she was an older woman, gonna run a beauty shop, but she couldn't anybody's hair.
Yeah.
I'd sit in the chair and she'd go to combing up my hair and she'd reach back and grab the back of my hair, get a whole big handful of it back there, and she said, "We gonna cut this off today?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Are you sure I can't cut this off the back?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am. Please leave it."
I remember that hair.
She couldn't stand it. I got preached out every time I went to my grandmother's house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Grandma hated it, too.
She'd quote the Bible about a man being clean shaven. Something about the hair and clean shaven. What was it? I can't remember.
Christ is your covering. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah.
I also remember many times she quoted it. I'm drawing a blank now, so I guess
we're getting older.
Yeah.
We get more forgetful as we get older.
It's been 3 years, so.
But I was just thinking, we were talking the other day about.
She didn't like the short hair. She liked it right here. This is what she wanted. I cut it off with the trimmers. Of course, she didn't have much choice. She had ½ inch or less. And she fussed, "Your hair's too short."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
"You're bald headed."
You fussed on me for years for long hair. Now it's short, and you're fussing because it's too short.
Hey, at least you got the garden plowed up before the rain kicked in.
I got the 2 big gardens. The little ones I ain't really worried about because they're probably not going to dry out anytime soon.
I still say the one we have over at Samantha's just needs to be flattened out and turned back into grass and give Lincoln more places to run. Because he's starting to walk. Oh, it's so cute. Our grandson, he's 1 year old, and he's walking and he's waddling across the floor, and it's just like, of course, here I am just kind of cringing, going, because I just know any second he's going to fall.
And this.
Oh, his lunch pail.
This is cute.
Oh, yes, it is.
I take the top off, I put him some snacks in, he'll grip it. He's run one hand down and hold it while he walks, and he'll eat with the other hand while he's walking.
If I knew grandchildren were so much fun, we'd had them first.
They said that a lot.
He loves his pappy. And you would want to give him a ride on the tractor, but Samantha didn't bring him over. He wanted to ride with his pappy on the tractor, though.
I'll have to do that one day.
Yeah, you'll have to put him on the tractor one day and take him for a boom boom.
We'll get the seed back out and make a video about it one day. Maybe we can get him on there.
You put that video I made on our page, didn't you? Of course, he probably couldn't understand a word I was saying. I was having a very bad day that day.
I put the video of us plowing the first garden. I didn't video the second one. I was in a hurry on that.
But you found the tree stump again.
Although my neighbor did come out and question me over my plowing abilities.
Really?
I won't say which one, but technically he's a farmer. He's probably a farm more acres in a year than I have in my life, but he just had to come out and pick at me about my old tractor and my old plow. It is a single bottom plow, and it is a 51 model tractor. It only does so much.
Yeah, it does.
He was looking it over, and he's like, "Think that plow's big enough?" kind of attitude. And, don't you think you need 2 plows instead of 1? Yeah, it'd be nice, but I said it won't pull 2 of them. I said it barely pulls this one big one. I said 2 little ones maybe.
That's fun.
He asked me about the tractor, and he looked it over. Because my old tractor don't have any stickers on it. You can't. It don't say exactly what it is. He knew it was a farm all, but he didn't know exactly what size. He picked at me about plowing so early and how I was going to pack the ground and make it muddy, and I'm like, no, it's going to be wet till probably April, May here. I said, I'm trying to beat the rain. I'm not trying to make the ground hard. I want rain on it. Of course, it started raining. That was last week. It started raining over the weekend. And it's rained all week, so he's probably wondering how I knew that. But you'd love, don't get me wrong. But
Well, you do watch that channel on the internet that gives you a 5, 6, 10 day forecast estimation.
I watch a YouTube weatherman. I watch a couple of them. They all got their own ideas, and they all kind of argue with each other. It's more fun to keep up with who's arguing with who. But
you got some seeds planted this week too, or last week?
I've been planting seeds. I hadn't actually made video about it. I've got 5 trays, 4 or 5 50 count trays already planted. I've got tomatoes and cucumbers and see what else is in there. I planted a few okra to see if it'd come up, see if my seed was good.
I don't know.
There's all kinds of stuff. There's a little bit of this and that. There's peppers and
I can't go in there because you've got a light that's going out.
I planted some of the artichoke seeds to see how they grow.
I tried to go in there the other day to heat something up in the microwave, and one of his bulbs is flickering, and I looked at it and went, I can't stand here.
Cauliflower and broccoli.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got some Brussels sprouts. We're going to try something a little different this year. We're always doing things different.
Whatever, we're going to try.
We're going to put out the broccoli and cauliflower out here in our first garden. I'm going to sow lettuce around it so the grass don't come up so bad in it. So you'll have your salad mix in a row.
So in other words, we just go to one section and we have salad.
You're going to have a salad row.
I have a salad row.
I got a few cabbage seeds. I might have to throw some cabbage in there.
Just don't get it too close to the lettuce because we may have cabbage lettuce.
I don't think that'll cross.
You don't think that'll cross? I'm sorry you had a hair sticking up and it was very irritating the fire out of it. I was like, okay, calm down.
It's a little early for everything I planted, but we'll probably have to cover it as usual. Gotta get that little extra week or 2 in there.
Hey. We do things different here than a lot of people, but it's come from the years that you've figured out what works here and what don't work here. Because what works here might not work 10 miles down the road. You know, Tennessee weather's messed up. You can have all 4 seasons in a day, and it's you got to garden that way. You got to garden expecting to have the dead of winter, fall, spring, and summer all in a 12-hour space.
Up to May the 15th, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because it has actually frosted on the 14th or 15th of May. After we had warm weather, after it got nice out, people planted their gardens. It killed a bunch of gardens. It's done it for the last few years.
I mean, it's not.
You got to have stuff ready to cover at any time at about May 15th, and after that you can relax. But
What was it, a couple of weeks ago? It was in the 20s when we got up. Then about a week ago, it was in the 60s when you woke up, and now it's back to the 30s. I mean, it's.
Next week's supposed to be, I think, high in the 50s and low in the 20s and 30s.
It's like I said.
It's going
Tennessee weather.
to really go up and down.
It's a wild roller coaster ride.
It's already this warm right now because it's been raining. the front finally moved off of us this morning when it snowed.
Yeah, I get up and there's snow on the trucks. And I looked at Brett and went, it snowed?
About 7 o'clock this morning, it was snowing.
Like that. Welcome to Tennessee. You don't like the weather, give it a minute, it'll change.
Well, it's like the county north of us. Yesterday had freezing rain. Their trees was covered. They had freezing rain stuck on everything. We got freezing rain, but it didn't stick. It would stick here and it would melt, stick and melt. I had a buddy that went north of us for a little while, and he called me on his way back through, and he said, it's frozen down here. He said, everything's got ice on it. He said, I don't have any at my house. He lives further south than we do. I said, well, it was freezing on the trees and it would rain it back off here overnight. He said, it's covered down here where I'm at. That's a matter of 20 miles.
Yeah. It is.
25 miles.
Well, I mean,
I don't know how far in he was in the next county, but anywhere from 15 to 25 miles made all the difference in whether it was froze, or if it was raining, or if it was sleeting, or...
It's like the rain. Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, it would just come a monsoon where I was living, and then we would leave to go to town, and 2 miles down the road, it was Sahara Desert dry. And I'm like, you go 2 miles this way, it's dry. 2 miles that way, it's dry. But where we was, it was almost like a flood and rain. It was, and you're sitting there going, the cloud is only in this one section.
The best one was yesterday morning. When I got up, it wasn't kind of early. I don't remember what time. But I got to hearing it thunder. I thought it's cold outside. And then it lightened a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get thunder snow. We got sleet. It was thundering and lightning, and it went to sleeting, and it went to raining and sleeting and back and forth. Like I said, we had that mix yesterday. That's the first time I remember in a long time it ever thundered and lightning before it would snow or sleet.
Yeah,
I've heard of it, but...
We had a thunderstorm, but because the temperature was like 32, about 30, 32, it was a sleet instead of a rain.
It'd cool off to 31, it would sleet, and it'd go up to 33, and it would turn to mostly rain, and then back up, back and forth, the wind would blow, and it would cool off. It rained over 3 inches yesterday. Took us out of school.
Yeah.
Well, we probably could have made it with... Not all the roads could have been traveled, but we'd had one around back ways. And
I was going to say, you have to change half your route just to get to some of the kids because one road would be flooded. And then there's other drivers who literally get flooded in their home. They can't get out, period. They can't even get out from where they live.
They live in low-lying areas.
Yep.
We're not in no high spot, but we're higher in where we're at in some... We're not close to the water, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. We don't have a stream or a river or a creek close enough to bother us.
And then
So
creeks
that's what usually
flooded.
gets you.
Some of the creeks flooded the roads where they were almost not passable, and
Half a mile from the river,
yeah,
maybe. Something like that. As the crow flies, about a half mile.
yes, that's what happens though when it rains here a lot. Yeah, we need to plug in snow days and flood days in our system, which I guess they have. I mean, we get out almost as much in the last few years for flooding as we did for snow, because we would have
We have the days built
winters
in.
like this where we didn't get the temperature didn't get cold enough to sleet and snow, but it rains so much it's flooded it out, and we still ended up having to close because of the flooding.
We got the days built in.
That's a good thing.
You know, we start school 15 minutes early and stay 15 minutes later. And over the course of the year, we build several days that they can use at their discretion.
You have to do
We
stuff.
got 12 or 13 days that way built up that we can miss for frozen.
Inclement weather.
Yeah, they call it inclement weather. It could be frozen pipes because it gets down below, it gets around 0 or below sometimes.
We've had to
Sometimes
close for busted
flooding.
pipes at the school.
Sometimes it's an ice storm, sometimes it's snow. Sometimes it's severe storms. We have got out
You got out of school last week for
a severe storm.
A storm was supposed to come during bus time, and so they just missed 2 hours earlier, or an hour earlier, hour and a half, something like that. They let go before the storm was supposed to hit. That way all the kids could be home before, and well, because, I mean, it was supposed to hit during bus time.
I can tell you a bus ain't good in a storm. It holds the road good, you just can't see out of it.
Well, no, that was wind. That storm was made worse because the winds were horrible. I mean, it was blowing a car all over. I couldn't imagine trying to drive your bus in that way.
Seeing out of it's the hardest thing during the rainstorm. If you can get your mirrors and get the windows to clear off, which is almost impossible,
Yeah.
you can do pretty good. The wind's kind of rough. It does shake you pretty good, but a bus has a lot of weight down low. They're balanced out really good.
My Expedition isn't.
It's not going to lean.
Leg cramp. I sat too long that
You're
way.
getting old.
I know.
But that's what's going on here. We've been watching it rain, pretty much. I'm canning today.
Yeah, you can canning us some meat.
I'm canning some chicken and some pork.
And we've been talking about
I'm in the
what
middle
we're
of it
doing.
anyway.
We've been talking about what we're going to do this summer.
I've got a video I want to put out next week. Hopefully the weather stays clear. I'll make it this afternoon. They ain't gonna use putting it out over the weekend because you just don't get very many people to find it on the weekend. There's too much going on. But I want to show my onions again. Onions, I've heard several channels say they freeze. So I'm gonna show you my onions again.
They didn't freeze.
They're standing up, looking a lot better. I just put it that way. But you'll have to wait till the video to see them.
No. Oh.
I know things are getting
No.
hard on you.
It's one of the reasons I don't do very many of these videos. But I am trying to do more of them. I'm trying not to care what others think. And just keep doing the things I can do. And celebrating the small accomplishments, like actually doing something I love to do. And I love puzzles. And one of the things I haven't been able to do this last year is put a puzzle together. So yesterday when we stopped at the Dollar Tree to pick up a calendar for him to chart what he's doing this year in the garden, I saw this puzzle and I thought it said 50-piece puzzle. And I'm like, I'm not going to handle that. I can handle that. I want to try. I want to try to handle it. It may make me really regret ever looking at it, but I want to try. Because I've made a promise to my family that I was going to start trying to be more active, to be more productive, to actually just to live. I get it home and open it up. The pieces are microscopic because it wasn't a 50-piece puzzle. It was a 350. They can't see that in your fingers. 350-piece puzzle. Brett asked if I wanted to borrow his tweezers to put it together.
You're gonna need tweezers.
And so
I need a magnifying glass instead of tweezers.
At first, I threw the pack back in the box and said, well, it was just a bug. Oh, big deal. And then I sat here last night and I thought, you know what?
It's a challenge.
I did
now.
promise myself I would try. And so I got it out, I opened it up, and I pulled all the pieces out. It fits on my smallest TV tray, if it tells you how small this thing is. It's like a 5x9 when it's done.
As in 5-inch by 9-inch picture.
Yeah. And I started fiddling with it. Now it shut me down. It did. I'm and I haven't gone back to it because it is overwhelming. But it's something I told him I want to try because I loved putting puzzles together, and I've sat here saying I have to give up everything I loved because I can't do it without shutting down, without shaking, without causing issues, and it's just not worth it. And then I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I can give up everything I love and sit on the couch and wait to die, or I can try no matter how many spasms I have, how many shakes I have, how much my speech messes up, or how bad my mind goes. I can try to do the things I love to do. And so that's the reason the microscopic puzzle is on the table. It might take me for the next 2 years to get it finished,
Mm.
but
We might
if
have
I
to
get
leave
it
that
out.
one.
I intend to, because it's such a pretty page. It's a sunset, beach sunset. It's
I might
a
have to leave
beautiful
that together
scene.
if she ever gets it together.
But I just decided that I was tired. I was tired of giving up on my life because and trying to avoid the spasms, and I'm having them anyways. So I might as well keep doing what I like to do and have them anyway. So and yes, I'm going down
Yeah,
fast.
I guess we need to cut this thing short. It's probably long enough.
Oh, it's probably too long.
Well,
Yeah.
hope everybody else is having a good week. Or should say have a good weekend, because it's already Friday.
It's Friday.
We've been in and out so much I don't even know what day it is.
It's Friday.
Have a good
I
weekend.
think it's Friday. Yes, it's Friday.
Maybe we'll put something out next week for outside. Y'all take care. God bless.